Hello, early stream for the early kids. The
Hello.
oolai kids. Hello, fishy. Sticks. Sticks. Okay, sorry. I add letters. And Pexeso. Manny. Pexeso.
Hello.
Pexo. I mean, everyone's going to filter in slowly because no one expected us to stream. We're just here bothering their little ear holes.
Guys, did you learn nothing from Cardcaptor Sakura? Expect the unexpected.
Oh my god. Now. Febreze, hello. And Lavender Rabbits, hello.
Hello.
Ursula's gonna have to leave at some point randomly for a call.
Yep.
But I will tickle your ear holes while she's gone. Tickle, tickle. Ursula is having a very sleepy day because she drove for 10 hours, not straight, because she's gay, but like in 5-hour chunks. It's
Yes.
back to back. Because my family required me to be up north in the Northlands with them. And yeah, I did it. I went up north, stayed for a couple hours. Well, I guess we stayed for more than a couple hours. We slept at a hotel. Very weird to do in the COVID times.
Very strange.
Sorry, not COVID. We can't say that.
Right.
In these, during the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, it's very strange to do so. It was very before times. Haven't been to a hotel in forever.
It was very, yeah.
It was so weird. I mean, it was such an empty hotel.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's like empty most of the time, but it was like extra empty.
Extra. I maybe saw one other guest
Yeah.
when they were leaving their room. Like,
Yeah, that was so weird.
yeah. It was very quiet.
Finally able to attend the stream. Hello and welcome. It's a
Hello.
nice little early stream.
Can you guys tell I didn't know what to put on the thumbnail?
Yes, Ursula did not know what to do with the thumbnail today.
I was
We're
too sleepy.
We're just having this little secret quiet stream with our quiet secret people who are just like ready for us. Hello, Opal. Hello. Yo, let's go. Yeah, we're good. It's Monday. Hello, it's Monday. Ursula seems to think tomorrow is Monday.
Had a moment of like, wait, it's Monday? I don't know what day it is.
Yeah. Well, before the stream, Ursula was like, we can't call this place because they don't take calls on the weekends, so we'll call them tomorrow. And I'm like, tomorrow's Sunday. And she's like, oh. And I was like, you can play Sims for hours, okay? We'll just do a 2-hour stream. We'll be okay. You will survive. I'll do all the talking. We can talk about animals. We can talk about up north. I heard a loon, guys, doing
Hell
the
yeah.
loon call. I wanted to run off and go see it, but situations dictated that I should probably not run away at that moment to go be with the loons. But man, I wanted to be with the loons. Hello, Aster and Cole Foxwell. Hello. It is nice and
Hello.
early because Ursula didn't want to stream, and I was like, well, what if we stream just like an hour early? And then it's like you didn't stream at all. Because Ursula gets into this like I say Ursula, but we both do, where it's like, man, there's 2 hours until the stream. Guess we can do nothing.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why we do it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. But then she can go play Sims and go be happy. It's evening for me, so not early at all. I mean, it's still an early stream for us. Just we stream even later for you usually.
Mhm.
Hello, Sketchy Bagel. I do
Hello.
that too, Lamau. I feel like it's an ADHD thing, honestly.
Yeah, where it's like you're so fixated on a thing
Yeah, you can't.
that's happening. You can't
Oh.
focus. Man.
I can never focus. Focusing? Who is she? Whomst.
Whoomst. Hey, Starry Sky.
My mind was like wrecked because I had Benadryl 2 days in a row. Because apparently it helps with motion sickness, which was true. It didn't help with heat sickness.
No, we got very hot in the car.
Not even hot, but like sun.
Yeah, just exposed to the sun for hours.
Yeah, it was just hours of just sun in our face, and I should have worn sunscreen. But by the time you're going home, you're like, well, I don't have any. And we live in the after times, like the during times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This hummingbird just screamed at me. That's congratulations. It seems like it means something. Heed its warning.
Yes. Be wary.
If I know that I have to go out later, I don't want to draw because I know I'll have to stop drawing as soon as I get into the zone. That's true. Like, I used to be the opposite, though. Like, I used to write up until the very last minute, and I would get mad at my dad because he would be like, okay, it's time to go to school. I'm like, it's 5 minutes until we have to go. I can get stuff done in 5 minutes. Yeah. I just didn't want to go to school, let's be real. School is poopy.
Agreed.
Stinky poo-poo. Do you think my brother's still up north?
Probably.
Yeah, he didn't say that he left.
Yeah.
I must be too close to its feeder. Probably. Hummingbirds can scream. Apparently. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Birds are great at making noises. Al is just sitting with his little head on his cup.
Aww.
He looks like he's been through like a long day.
He's just taking a little rest.
Talking
Little
about our
load off.
lizard. Hello, Bob boy. Hoi.
Hello.
They chitter aggressively, at least. Same. Lear's just upside down always.
We left the cats.
When is he right side up?
We left the cats with like a giant bowl of food because we were only going to be gone for like 24 hours, basically.
Yeah, we were like, I feel like it's more traumatic when someone comes in to feed them, honestly, because they're so afraid of strangers.
Yeah, so we just left them with a bunch of food. We have our automatic litter box.
Hell yeah.
Which is the best. It was so nice and clean and not stinky when we go back.
Okay, yeah. Well, you know what sucks?
What?
The cats were great.
Yeah.
The dogs, not so much. I mean, okay, they're amazing right now. Like, Matica is out, and she is out. Like, usually we put Matica in the basement because she likes to talk along with the stream. She is exhausted and does not want to, like, make a noise. She's just asleep on the couch. And Serena, like, she hasn't moved since she got home.
Normally they're like, I get up in the morning to feed all the animals and like they are bouncing off the walls because they're so excited. She like didn't even lift her head when I went to like bring her breakfast over.
Yeah, they're so tired because we left them with our friend who has 2 dogs, and Serena and her puppy are like BFFs. And they just go, go, go. And Matica's just go, go, go. Fado's just traumatized. Fado seems about normal energy, honestly.
Yeah.
Fado's a tiny dog, so he doesn't really get to play with them. He just kind of trembles inside.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Fado. If there are automatic litter boxes, does that mean you can also get automatic cat feeders? You can.
You can.
We don't need one, though.
Yeah.
The one hummingbird kept staring at my family through our living room window for a few days. We call him Henry. It's amazing.
That's so cute.
But yeah, the cats were all clean and great, and there wasn't much cleanup at all, because the litter box was like self-cleaning, and the cats are also self-cleaning in theory. But we went to pick up Matica, and Fado and Serena, and our friend was like, "Oh, Matica made friends with a skunk," so. Yeah, we had to go home, give Matica a bath, and Fado was so stressed but happy to be like in the car with us that he puked.
Yeah.
He just puked in his kennel, so we had to clean up that. It was great.
It's great getting home, cleaning dogs.
Give everyone a good wash after like 5 hours on the road. I love you guys. You guys are so great. But now they're good.
They're good. Now they're just sleepy.
Making friends with the skunks. I swear to God, Matica.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? She still kind of has like a skunk smell to her.
Yeah, it'll come off.
Dog puke, yeah. Fado also needed a bath after that because he was sitting in it. Ursula hadn't realized.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you have to wash Fado. And she's like, no, he's fine. I'm like, no, he's not. And she's like, oh, God. And he got taken upstairs.
Oh, yeah. Got a little bath.
Stinky dog friends. That is them. Just 2 stinky dogs. Serena was good, which is funny because Serena used to be like nauseous in the car all the time, but we all the vet advice that I got was basically like, don't worry about it until she's older. Like, if she's older and still doing it, yeah, she's just motion sick. But if she's younger, it just might be she's not developed her inner ear properly. Because, like, when puppies are growing, their, like, inner ear doesn't grow exactly to, like, the size that they are. So they're, like, off balance and off kilter. And it's just, they're growing so fast. But now she's done growing, and her inner ear is all sorted out, and she's no longer nauseous in the car. She's scared in the car because she used to, like, always get sick every time she went in the car. So I think that makes her, like, nervous. But she's fine now. Congrats on releasing 9 Point Issue 2. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I completely forgot that happened. It's just
Right.
been such a blur of a month.
It's been very busy.
I can't believe August is almost over. We got 1 week left.
God.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, I know.
It feels like it's still May.
Yeah, it really does.
So what were you
Feels like
saying? It was like it's
March.
March.
It's hot March.
Hot March, right? March never
March.
ended.
March 2. What is it? March but with flowers. Hot March. Hotter March. And yeah, another hot March. There's been so many Marches.
So many.
I can't believe how many months it's been since this whole thing started. My dog hasn't had a bath in a while. I mainly comb him every few days. School's starting soon for me. Yeah, soon it'll be school March.
All right.
I start school again on Monday. I can't say I'm excited about that. Yeah, we're starting school again too. Our province, not me and Ursula.
Yeah.
We're just vibing. I've been in school for 2 weeks. It's wild. I mean, I guess, yeah, Canada usually has school like a month after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause in Canada it starts in September.
Yeah, because I used to always get like planners for school, and I'd be like, "Why does it start in August? You start
Right.
school in August." And I'm like, "Oh, you guys do. Weird." It feels it was just May, and now I'm close to turning 20. R.I.P. Oh no, 20 is a good year,
Mhm.
in theory. I started school last week. Oh, ugh. Alice just vibing. Al and Lear are such a mood right now.
They do just be vibe.
You start in a week. Yeah, we usually start after Labor Day, right?
Yep.
It's Labor Day, and then time to go. Oh, yeah, so it's like 2 weeks until they start school.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Ugh, I have to go to the doctor after Labor Day on the 10th.
Ugh.
Spooky.
Super spooky.
Okay. Yeah, we've been on quite the adventure. It felt like a whole week passed.
I can't believe it's only Saturday.
Yeah.
Because we left Thursday night to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Like I finished work a little bit early and then we just left.
Got there at 9.
Yeah. And then we crashed in our hotel.
Crashed the car into the hotel. Just bang, get in here.
Exactly.
And then we went to the thing, and then saw family for a while. They were all like, "Oh, you're gonna stay for dinner?" And I was like, "Haha, nope." And I got in my car and we left. We neumed.
We knew.
I had a bit of a weed, and in addition to my Benadryl, and I was out of it that
He was
whole ride.
vibing. Yeah.
I was just vibing.
Oh,
Ursula was just dying.
I was so tired.
Yeah, poor Ursula.
We made it home safe. That's what's
Yeah.
important.
And she had cramps the
Oh
whole
yeah.
drive.
I had cramps the whole time.
Ursula went through hell.
We didn't have any ibuprofen either. I had to get to like where we were going, which was 4 hours away, before I could go buy ibuprofen. Because we didn't want to like stop on the road because we don't know what's open or and we didn't want to go. I don't know, spreading anything by accident.
Oh, your birth will be on Saturday, so we get to spend your birth with y'all. Yeah, that's true. We get
Oh,
to hang
heck.
out. It'll be the critique circle, though,
Oh heck,
won't it?
yes.
Yeah, next week's the critique circle. Circle. I guess it's not really a critique circle because we don't.
It's true.
Yeah, critique circle implies that like everyone is saying things.
It's a critique
Session.
session.
Hello, Ursula and Bones. Hello, Miko Mar. Halloween is on a Saturday this year. What's your plans? I have not thought that far.
No.
Like before Halloween, I have to like figure out what happens with Thanksgiving, right?
Oh, true. Yeah, because in Canada we have October Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we have Thanksgiving first, and my birthday, and Madika's birthday,
Oh, wait.
and Amalthea's birthday, and Lear's birthday. It's just birthday palooza.
Birthday month.
It's the big B-day time.
I forgot. My boss reminded me. I took your birthday off as a holiday.
What?
The official Bones Day.
Bones. Is it essential to be able to draw your character's face from the top of your head from any angle before you start drawing your comic pages?
No, that's why you have turnaround sheets.
Yeah. Also, you get pretty good at it.
Totally.
If you make their designs distinct enough, you're going to be okay.
Yeah. The first couple pages, it might feel a little weird, but you get used to it so fast.
Don't do anything similar until you're better at comics. Like, it just reminds me of, like, okay, have you ever been reading a manga and the only way you can tell people apart is by their different hair colors? Is that true? Is this true? Are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Oh, I see.
And then okay, fine. Engage with me here.
I'm
okay?
out of it. I'm sorry.
Okay, engage with my thought. Okay, just 5 minutes of pure Ursula engagement here. Okay, focus. Okay, when you're reading a manga, okay,
Yes.
and there's characters in it, and you can only tell them apart by their haircuts.
Yes.
And the colors, like this one has long hair, this one has short hair,
Yes.
and then they have a character that has very similar hair,
Right.
but you can't tell them apart.
Yes.
That.
Oh, I see. So you want to make sure that your characters are distinct.
Yeah.
By more than just their haircuts.
I guess so, but like what I'm saying is like just make sure everyone has a different haircut until you're good enough at like telling everyone apart. I have to go to the washroom really bad.
Okay.
Entertain. Try and focus.
Oh boy. Guys, this is a tall order here. Hair color in manga. We're just saying like it's okay to have same face syndrome even when you're starting out, because comics is hard. This is why I think it's important when you're starting out is to make like character turnaround sheets so that you don't have to like focus on memorizing what your characters look like and really focus on like, I don't know, making them look the same in every single panel, because you can just look at your reference sheet and you're good. But don't make a big deal about doing prep work. I know in previous videos, if you've watched them, I do harp on you guys for not doing prep work. But if it's keeping you from making your comic, don't worry about it. The most important thing is getting your comic started, because they take a lot of work. They take a long time. Just start. It's going to be crappy for your first comic start. So yeah, it's going to be crappy no matter what. So just do it. Get out of your own way. Yeah, butts. Should I finish my comic completely before posting, or should I make a large buffer? I'm worried about the time management with starting school and having to work on comics and videos. It depends. I think having just a large buffer is good enough, just because depending on how long your comic is, it's going to take a long time to make, so you might not want to work on it for like 3 years before you can post anything. But I would recommend a buffer so that if you do have to take time away from your comic for videos or school, then you can. Yeah, buffer is always good. Yeah. Yeah, make a big buffer so that you can focus on your schoolwork, because you should do your homework, my friends. Especially if you're paying to go to school. Definitely focus on school. Yeah. Hey, Andy.
Malty's got her hand on her face.
Oh, Malty. She's a good kitty. finishing up my practice comic before I start my first webtoon one. Nice. Wish me luck. I have 10 days to finish 55 pages. Oh, Lord. It's like me with 9 point finishing it up. You gotta make your little chart so you can. Oh,
Run away, Ursula.
goodbye.
Run away. You. No, Madoka, not you. Oh gosh, it's just me now. Ursula's off talking on the phone. Madoka likes to join her on the phone call. Because she's got, like, I don't know, like, FOMO. Madoka's got, like, PhoneMo. Fear of missing out on phone calls. How is everybody today? I've returned. I ate a lot of Doritos and cookies on the drive. Like, that's basically all we ate for the past 2 days is Doritos and cookies. And you know what? It's not good for your physical or emotional health. I'm going to be real. I prefer to buffer, but I'm planning on putting it out in October, so I don't think I'm going to make it to the 25. Oh, no. I believe in you. Working on thumbnail chapter 2. Bless. Can you guys hear me? Am I just, like, talk? Can you guys hear me, or did she mute us? Am I muted? Marco? Am I... Can you hear me? We can hear... Okay, I wasn't sure. Yes, your audio sounds good. Okay, thank you. Polo. Okay, yeah, there's a bit of a delay. Oh, the screen went black. It's just us now. How are you, Bones? I've been better before in my life than right now. But I'm good. I'm alive. Heart beating. Still kicking. How long are you gonna stream? In theory, we're doing it till 3 o'clock, but Ursula said, like, I guess 2:30 is our minimum. Because Ursula's kind of out of it, and she needs to sleep. You have to send good vibes to Ursula. She's been having a really hard time. She needs love and affection. I hope you feel better. Yeah. She's such a lovely lady, that Ursula Gray. Good vibes to Ursula. Yes, everyone send good vibes to Ursula. Send healing energies to her. She's constantly dealing with meds and doctors. It's hell.
Hello.
Right?
Yep.
Was it a good call?
It was an okay call.
It was an okay call.
They were like, "We'll call you again tomorrow."
Oh no!
It's like, damn it. I mean, darn. I mean,
so
I don't.
do you
I
have to
don't
pick up
swear.
medication today?
No.
No. Okay. There we go. She was waiting on a call to tell the doctor to say, should we have medication or not? And they're like, I don't know. We'll figure out tomorrow.
Basically, they were like, "Oh no, my screen has disappeared."
Yeah,
Hold on.
know. That's fine. We all acknowledge the void.
Basically, they were like, it's inconclusive. I need to call the head doctor, but she's away at a cottage right now. And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, we'll call you tomorrow. Okay. You're like, don't take any medications.
Good to know.
Yes.
Thanks, Doc. What do you recommend to practice backgrounds? Drawing backgrounds.
You can do studies. Like, I used to grab just like interior photos just off like Pinterest and stuff, or like pictures of houses, and just sketch them just as practice for how to make things work, you know.
I actually have a question.
What is it?
When sketching the pages, how much detail do you put into them? I'm a perfectionist, so I just can't leave it alone. So I'll have to fix all the tiny details. You can't in comics. It's not viable.
I can show you what my sketch looks like. So that's the sketch. So like some of them get more detailed.
Oh, Madoka, you're so cute right now.
Oh, she just flopped.
She just flopped.
But like, so
Oh,
as you
you're-
can see,
Okay.
sometimes it's just like a weird.
Ursula.
What?
You may want to pick up your cord. It's gotten tangled in your chair's foot.
Oh no, not the foot.
I think it's like caught in it. I don't know how. Well, there you
There
go.
we go.
Okay.
I don't know how I did that.
Yeah.
It's coiled all up in the wheel. Like not in the wheel, like above the wheel. It was weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, sometimes my sketches are really funky looking and it's just little dot faces, which is fine. And then sometimes if I'm like, I really want to nail the look and feel, I'll do like a more detailed one.
I still draw the body from far away because it can help.
Totally. I find, yeah, drawing from far away can help you get like the proportions so you can see everything holistically.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Monica, you're so cute.
Stop being so cute.
Oh,
Oh,
you
will
woke
go.
her up.
I'm sorry.
Monica, your mom's yelling at you because you're cute. Oh, she's falling asleep as I'm talking to her. She is so out of it. I bet she played really hard.
She did. I bet she ran all over that yard.
I mean, she met a skunk, so gotta know exploring was happening. I thumbnail in my sketchbook first, then send it to draw digitally and fix the little details. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Definitely helps to see it in different formats. You can catch different things.
Do people ever call you Urs?
Totally.
Yes, that is a very common one.
Yes.
The
And
less
also-
common one is Ushi.
Ushi is one. Ursi.
Ursu.
Ursu. Ursgray.
Earl.
Earl.
URL Gray.
Gary.
Gary.
Stop.
I snooped the mic away. I didn't think it'd be that loud.
That was the whole drive home.
I was saying.
How many passes of a comic page do you normally do? I was thinking sketch, line art, flats, and shading. I do, so there's thumbnail, obviously, then sketch, then inks, and then I do kind of like a finishing.
Hello. Gotta go, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming, Bob. We always
for
enjoy your
coming.
company.
So like for my black and white comics, I do kind of like a finishing where I guess it's like detail work and like filling in like black fills and stuff like that. And for color, then there's like more steps. But
Yeah. Coloring is hard.
yeah, coloring is its own process.
Coloring is a whole world. A whole new world. Oh my god. Sorry for re-asking but Bones, do you script scenes in order or what feels right in the moment? I'm having blank page is scary feeling. For comics, I'm really outline focused. So like I'll kind of have like a list of events that are going to occur and then I write the scenes as needed. Sometimes I'll go back and like rearrange scenes. I just find it really annoying to rearrange scenes. Maybe it's just like Scrivener or something. It's just really difficult to work with comics because I write by page rather than just writing dialogue out and then breaking it down later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, blank page is scary, but I find like comics is a lot more staring at a blank page than writing novels. Whenever I'm writing novels, it's like just write and edit later. It's like getting a sketch layer down, whereas comics is kind of more definitive once I write it down. I don't edit much my comics. It's more like larger content edits and stuff, I guess. I'm starting a webtoon and I finished it. I just don't know how to make a chapter cover. Heck.
Covers.
That's an Ursula question.
Yeah, covers are a bit of a beast.
Bees.
We have some videos about doing covers. It's more kind of like the cover of a volume type stuff, but it's the same kind of idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just look into kind of genre tropes for what you need to draw and leave lots of room for your text if you have text included. Don't just like save it for the last minute and then shove it in the corner because you didn't leave any room for it.
A classic.
Yes. Yeah, and just pick like, I don't know. There's lots of different options. You can draw like the main character that the chapter's focused on. You can do something that just sets the tone.
Mm-hmm.
You can do like an important object. You could do just a pattern and some words. Like, it totally depends on the genre and kind of what you want to do with it. Which I know isn't helpful when you don't know what to do at all. So
Yeah.
I'd say do some research.
I just started line art a while ago, and my hand already hurts. Why do the gods hate me so much?
I'm sorry. R.I.P.
I mean, if you're in pain, you need to stop.
That is true.
You need to stop and do some stretches, and then you can try again. And if it's still pained, you got to think of something to do creatively that isn't hurting you.
Yeah.
Self-care, Andy. I know, it sucks.
Also, I've heard that, like, I remember the artist of Tiger, I can't remember their name for the life of me. They talked about how, like, they had a lot of pain from drawing until they changed, like, their drawing setup.
That's true.
Where, like, they used to draw flat on a table, and then they did, like a slanted drawing table setup, and now they're, like, it's more ergonomic.
I've never heard of Tiger before.
I forget. Their old
I looked
comic.
it up.
Their old comic was Progress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Totally cannot remember. I think their username used to be like Lepu or something like that.
I'm looking at
Okay.
it. There is no author. Oh, Petra.
Okay.
Very cool. I almost got carpal tunnel.
Oof.
I mean, I got carpal tunnel too. I got 2 of them.
Okay.
Sorry.
Bones.
I
You
know.
know what they mean.
I know what everyone means. I'm just a jerk about it. I'm sorry.
Because everyone has carpal tunnels in their
Yes,
wrists. It's carpal tunnel syndrome when you get the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, to be pedantic.
I just like to be needlessly pedantic, even though it only hurts people. Can you stop licking her ear? She's not consenting. Medica, move. Come on.
Monica, don't let Lear do that to you. Victim blame.
I can't control a cat, but I can control a dog.
Monica, come here.
Medica, come here. I'll protect you.
Come here, baby. Not Fado. We didn't need you.
Medica, come here.
Monica. She's like, I'm tired. I don't want to get up.
Here, I'll kick him if it comes near you.
Hi, Fado.
She looks so tired right now.
She's
Give her a
so sleepy.
Little petty pats. Lear is just licking her, and she's like clearly uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
Gotta go play D&D. All of you just leave to play
Heck.
D&D on Saturdays. Need to pick a new day, cause what's their name?
Charlie?
Yeah, they're off playing D&D too.
Ugh.
I
All
know.
of you abandoning us.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Valid. D&D is more fun than most things. Relationship advice? Wait, I need to read some relationship advice. It just appeared on my screen. I recently found out my fiance is rich.
Oh, heck.
What? As the title suggests, I just found out my fiance is wealthy, and I mean ridiculously so. He proposed to me, then a few days ago he started talking about prenups. And I laughed at that, saying, broke people don't need prenups. And he was like, who said I was broke?
Oh, dear.
Which led him into explaining to me that he was comfortable. The problem isn't that he comes from money, has money. It's that I am angry that I never knew and that he could have helped us pay for our dog's surgery by paying for it. But no, I had to sell the only thing of worth I had in my life in order to finance our dog's medical bills. I've literally been providing for us because he's an aspiring writer and I wanted to help him with his dreams. I pay all the bills and provide for both of us. Oh my god.
What a heartless person.
What?
What?
I'm sorry, this turned into a Twitch stream for a second.
Yeah,
there.
true.
Oh my god.
What?
I don't know why he hid it. I'm I get him not telling someone they're wealthy after like a couple of dates or months. But you think after 4 years of being together and supporting him, I would have known. Oh my
What?
god.
What?
I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not angry for selfish or materialistic reasons. I grew up poor and I am now part of the working poor, so my view on money and wealth might be skewed. I feel like he used me this whole time and that I had to work crazy hours and work a second job occasionally to support us, and he could have so easily taken care of both of us or even paid his share.
What?
He didn't pay anything?
Nothing?
Throw him out. Yeah,
He
agreed.
sucks. Ew. Okay.
What?
4 years.
4 years of just pretending like you have no money?
Yeah, because I totally understand not doing it right away.
Yeah, I get that. And I also get supporting a spouse who's like trying to work. Because I've been that spouse. I've been the at-home spouse,
The home spouse.
doing things, making less money on the YouTubes, going back to school and all those things. But it wasn't like you were working 3 jobs. You were working 1 job, and we had roommates.
Yeah.
Like throw the whole man out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I was like lying to you and we didn't have to have roommates this whole time.
Oh my god, I would be so mad. I'd be livid.
I'm like, oh, actually, I own this house.
Actually?
I could buy you. How old are these people? It doesn't say.
Hmm.
If he comes from a wealthy family, he may not have instant access to the money. It could be set up through family trust. That's true, but like he could have asked his parent. Like if he's rich, he could probably ask his parents to like help finance the dog thing, so she doesn't have to sell her only possession she loves.
Right.
Or he could have got a job. Like if he's not like.
Yeah, if he doesn't have access to it.
If he doesn't have access to it now, he will have access to it later, in which case he can then be his aspiring writer self.
Totally. Like, what the hell?
Like, at least go in half on the bills, man. Literally that. Like, she shouldn't be working multiple jobs. Like, I feel like once it's at the point where your spouse is working multiple jobs, like, you don't really get to be a YouTuber or, go after your Twitch dream or your writing dream or anything. Like you at the very least need a part-time job. Like unless you're like there's like disability reasons.
Oh yeah.
Cuz like I understand like some people have like cuz even my roommate who I hated, like he clearly couldn't hold a job like for like mental reasons.
Yeah.
Like I understand that. Like I'm a really forgiving person, you know. I feel like housing should be a right.
Oh yeah.
But like yeah, this man is like it's regardless of that, like he's stupid. Throw him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what was this, a test of our love?
Yeah, it felt like he was testing her. It's like, oh my god, man, you don't understand what it's like to be poor then.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Delete that man. Yeah. Get a new man. At least do not get a prenup. Oh my god. Especially after doing all that for him. Like you've earned it, girl.
Totally.
Also, it's so stupid because like she'll probably have to like support him in some sort of way, or maybe I don't know. This is a bad situation. How could someone watch their partner work themselves to the bone, and when they can easily provide a good life for someone they love? Like, yeah, that's it.
Totally.
Assuming yours is a stream earlier than usual, it is. Yes. He felt comfortable, like, dude. Yeah, what? I like the tweet is like, I actually hate men. Crying. Multiple crying emojis. I mean, there's plenty of crap women on that subreddit too. I need to balance it out. Masculinity, problematic. A lot of men, problematic. Hashtag not all men. No, no, masculinity sucks. toxic masculinity.
I saw a good Reddit.
What is
It's not Reddit post. Good Twitter post.
Twitter post?
That was saying summarize your project, like your book or your comic.
Yeah.
As if it was a Reddit post.
Oh, I love those.
Those are so good. It's like, am I the a-hole and stuff?
Yeah.
For relationships.
I would break off the engagement and sell the engagement ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't go with that. Well, like, the last Reddit post I read, like, just to, like, even out things, was, like, a girl who was, like, being really mean to her clearly depressed boyfriend because he was starting to, like, gain weight.
Oh, no.
And she was, doing all the fun fat shaming things. Because he just, like, randomly, he, like, used to work out super tons. And then, like, over the course of dating her, like, he stopped working out. And then she was, like, her tactic was to, like, shame him every time he eats. And now he'd stopped eating, and she was happy about that.
No.
Oh, like, what is wrong with you?
What is your problem?
Oh, my God.
Why are you a garbage human?
Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing all right.
I'm pretty good.
Just delete the cishets. Delete the systems, you know? I guess. Yeah. Because you don't want to hurt cishet feelings because they're very sensitive. They've never had to think about their privilege before. And it's really hard for them, okay? Listen. No, it's hard. Like, I don't want to... I think I brushed up with this from being like a trans guy, where it's very hard as a trans guy. Listen, it's so hard to be me. Where you're like, man, I want to be a man, but men suck, and like you start feeling shitty for like wanting to transition. You're like, damn, I'm gonna join the suck class. And then it makes you really like, oh man, I want to defend men. And then after a while, like of being like passing and stuff, I'm like, oh, men suck. And like I mean that in like I totally mean that, like, not all men suck, but like men suck, I guess. You know? Yeah. Get me? It's like the roles of like masculinity, and then like masculinity sucks, and there's like so much. Okay, calm down.
Good Lord.
This comment section, not even the streamers. What's going on? Comment section is toxic. Are the straights okay? It's like heteronormativity sucks. Yeah.
I had a moment a while ago where I was thinking about like toxic masculinity and stuff, and I find that like this is my own bias, and I'm trying to like fight it.
Yeah.
Where like I find when I look at say like a woman being nasty to other women in like a really sexist way, I always think of like it's systematic. It's like she believes this because the system has told her this like her whole life.
Yeah.
But when I see like a guy who's doing something like toxic masculinity, whatever it is, like being super sexist, I always think of it on an individual level when it is systematic. It's like he was raised to believe this.
Yeah.
And the system has supported it.
Yeah.
Where I view it very individually, and I think that's bad.
Like, I don't think all men suck, I guess. It's like, I think it... I think, because I'm a man, like, I don't think I suck, and I have lots of really cool dudes in my life. And we were also watching another Reddit story where, like, the brother, like...
Oh, right.
His sister came over to get drunk for her 21st birthday, or 18th birthday, because it was legal at 18 wherever she was.
Yeah.
And, like, her boyfriend wanted to, like, go cuddle her after passing out, and the brother was like, no. Get out of my house.
Yeah, he was like, no, I don't trust you with her.
Yeah.
And they'd been dating for just like a month or something.
Bye. Oh, no. Yeah. Because I think there's lots of really nice guys. I think some people just don't think about, like, what it's like to be a lady in spaces, because like it's not even like only ladies that get victimized and stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
I guess it's not about me as individuals, but rather what being a man represents. Yeah, because you're talking about masculinity, right?
Yeah.
And like, it's actually um really, it's like a really big question, isn't it, about like how to like redefine masculinity and stuff in
Mhm.
like a liberating way for men, I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes even ladies don't understand ladies. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And like, cuz like until kind of getting into like the workforce and having to deal with like um like part of it is because of like how systems have worked. Women aren't necessarily in the big powerful roles,
Mhm.
like just because of like history, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so there's a lot of men in power, and people with power suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it call out? Is this a call out title? I was thinking about it just now. I barely understand people as it is. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to decrease the man hate in the audience, like slightly, just slightly decrease it. You know, like why don't we just like, you know how I feel. I hate abusers. Abusers suck.
Mhm.
And I feel really bad for men because masculinity is like such a mind cancer. It's so bad. Like I have people in my life who are like ladies who really want to be like hyper mask, and it's damaging stuff. Like a lot of the stuff that comes packaged into it. Same with like heteronormativity. Like I always feel bad
Yeah.
for the hets. You know,
I know.
like
There's so many rules you have to follow.
because like we were watching another story where it was like this guy had a best friend who was a girl, and he wanted to have her as his groom, best man, basically. But his wife was like, "No, you're gonna cheat with her." It's like I think men should be able to have friends.
Yeah.
Mind cancer is like the perfect word term. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't hate men. I hate abusers, and I hate um how the current paradigm or whatever of masculinity affects people.
Yeah.
Because, like, as we've broken down, like, femininity, right? Like, being female is, like, so much more freeing as a gender role,
Mhm.
honestly. Because I learned that as in societies where where there's very rigid gender roles for women, where they can't work and they're very expected to be mothers and do all these things. um Trigger warning, I guess, for like self-harm and stuff, but like in societies where women have all of these pressures, they like do suicide at equal numbers to men, as opposed to like in most of like our world right now where it's like men who like dominate that field, um and like don't seek help
Hmm.
in those ways. Like it might not necessarily be the entire reason. It could also just be like they have more access to lethal means or whatever. But it is interesting that like as you like aren't confined by one role, you aren't like you aren't screwed over, I guess.
Mhm.
What do you define as masculinity and femininity? I don't hate men. To joke about deleting them doesn't mean I hate them. Yeah, define heteronormative. Yeah, but anyways, like the ideals of like femininity, like these are the things that put a lot of stress on women. Is you have to be fertile, you have to take care of your family, and like raise them and stuff, and you have to be like a mother, you have to be a housekeeper. And in societies where like you're expected to do all these things, like infertile women are much more likely to like harm themselves, rather than like in our society you can like go do something else with your life. And I think men as a group have pressures from masculinity where you have to like provide for someone, you know, you have to like get married, find a lady, because it's also like very het, right?
Yeah.
You have to find a good paying job and take care of your family, like monetarily. Like you need to be like, you can't reach out for help because reaching out for help is bad for you. And that's the kind of stuff I want to like redefine, I guess.
Totally.
I think Bones would be better at explaining it than me. I'm not super good in words. Yeah. And that's what I think when I think of like toxic masculinity, is like these ideas where it's like, don't reach out for help. That's gay. you know?
Yeah.
Don't do women stuff. That's gay. And I just don't feel like we're at that point for men.
Yeah.
And heteronormative is the idea that like it's again like these ideas where it's just like you have to get married to like in a het way. It's heteronormativity is the reason people ask like who is the man in the gay relationship and who is the woman, and it's just like societal pressures to like fit kind of rigid roles really hurt people.
Yep.
And toxic masculinity is also ideas like boys will be boys. It's like, no, being a boy shouldn't mean disregarding someone's feelings, you know, and hurting people. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just lucky to be surrounded myself by guys that aren't conforming to the masculinity thing. And that's great. Yeah. Prove your worth by getting married. I joke about deleting men because it's a joke. I say jokes here because chill and complain. Yeah. No, I understand. I just personally think the joke has gone like too far, and I feel like people are more like, yeah, men suck, rather than like looking at the system. Like, I understand. It's kind of like ACAB. It's like all cops are bad because all cops are contributing to a system or whatever. But it's like, it's harder when it's like you can control whether or not you're a cop. You can't control whether or not you're a man.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it can be damaging to like trans men as well, because trans men are men. And sometimes I felt when I was coming out, like as a trans dude, I was just like you either feel ignored from spaces or you feel like included in kind of a gross way. Like sometimes there'll be like sign-ups where it's like women and trans men can join this, and it's like I don't want to be that. Yeah. As I was discovering my bisexuality, especially attraction to women, I started to question my femininity because of heteronormativity. Also, that I don't want kids either. Yeah, I think people should be allowed to make choices. That's all. And I think the choices that men are shoved into, and I feel this really strongly because like transitioning to a man, it does feel like a very big loss of freedom, which is kind of funny because like women are oppressed, right? Like women struggle. Like there's a whole bunch of reasons, but like gender expression wise, like it's far more acceptable for like women to like do all sorts of fun things. Like you can get a job, you can like there's still definitely pressures or whatever, and there's definitely like glass ceilings and stuff that need to be broken, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that needs to like move forward. Bones is now a men, but like as a dude, it just feels like your options like really decrease. There are toxic men, but masculinity isn't a negative thing. Not all of masculinity is a negative thing, okay? Like when we're specifically referring to toxic masculinity, we're referring to things about masculinity that are toxic. Like I don't think the entire core of it is, but there's a large amount of like what it means to be a man that is toxic, you know, in the same way that like gender roles for women have been toxic in the past too. Yeah. I meant toxic, the toxic kind, not all of it. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, don't worry. Like, I'm saying it's valid to be a dude, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm also saying, like, there's built-in aspects of it that are not really great. as a man, you can go do things alone without fear. I've always envied that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's that's totally a thing too. Like there's a lot of freedom in being a man, but there's also a lot of like restrictions too. It's like really complicated. Like as a man, when you adopt anything feminine, you are like at risk, you know? Like there's a reason we have like a day in Canada where everyone wears pink shirts because like there was like a kid who was bullied relentlessly for wearing a pink shirt
Yep.
to the point of harming himself, right? And that's really toxic. And
Yep.
like men can't cry. It's is super toxic.
Yep.
It's like anything that I adopt as a dude is there's a lot of pressure to like not exhibit anything feminine whatsoever, and that's the toxicness. Am I a bad woman? I do things alone without fear too. You might be young. You might have not brushed up with it. Like I honestly didn't feel super afraid all the time. But like moving through life, you just like start to notice like a lot of abusers, I guess.
Yeah, I like.
You're 29. Well, there you go. You
Oh,
might
heck.
just not, you know, like again, individuals each have a different experience.
Totally.
Too.
And I don't think it makes you a bad woman.
I don't think it makes you a bad woman.
I think that's great. That is your experience. I hope I want more people to like not be afraid to do things alone.
You want to be a man? No more emotions for you. Exactly. Those get taken away. You want to call out for help? You're not allowed to call out for help. That's what girls do. Take it like a man. Don't tell anybody anything that you're feeling. I felt that the community, when a trans woman is overtly feminine, to be able to just be gendered as a female, people understand it. But when a trans guy does it, people laugh because lol, so toxic. Toxic masculinity is puke. Yeah, like I don't want to get into the point where we're like being like, oh man, you're a man, you're toxic. It's like I feel like we're running away from like what toxic masculinity is, you know. I feel like toxic masculinity is also kind of poisonous too, right? Because like if you take it as a man, it's gonna be bad for you as well. You know, it's bad for everyone.
Oh, totally.
You didn't put quotations. Yeah. Guys, I love you all, okay? Windy King, you're a king. It's okay, okay? We ain't mad at you for... We ain't mad at no one for being men. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
I want to save men from masculinity. And the same way I want to save women from femininity. And I think masculinity and femininity are cool things you can opt into, but being a jerk isn't, and we need to like untie it from being a dude.
Yeah.
People really shouldn't discriminate based on things you can't control. I joke, I don't hate, but the only way I know how to vent.
Yeah, I understand. It's like
I understand.
I'm angry at the system that allows this to happen.
Yeah.
But it's easier to say like I hate men.
Yeah.
Instead of saying I hate the system that puts down women and queer people and upholds this really rigid ideal of masculinity that most people can't conform to and blah 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 blah.
It's hard because like when you're talking about like toxic masculinity, you're talking about something that is either hurting men or like I don't know, you can feel like man, because sometimes you're going to meet someone who's like really hurt by it, and then other times you're going to meet someone who isn't hurt by it but is using it to like hurt others, which is hard. And I think it's hard because like when you brush up with someone who really wants to be masculine, I think we need to focus on like the good parts of masculinity and really like pump them up, and also recognize that masculinity isn't inherently male. Anyone can exhibit masculinity.
Oh yeah.
Anyone should be allowed to exhibit like femininity.
Totally.
You know?
Yep.
I wish the system was a person and I could beat it up. Yeah. I know. I'm trying to find a way we can like rage against the machine, but like without hurting people, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, we need to stop that heck all men train. Because we have a large amount of trans men with us too. Punch the system? Exactly. Punch gender roles. Gender roles suck.
Yeah.
Can I ask a simple question? Okay. No more fighting. Okay. No more. We done. We're simmering down.
Yeah. No more being mean to the kings in our audience. Okay.
Yes.
They are our friends.
No more deleting men. We like men.
We
are gonna hashtag save the men. We want more people like the brother, you know? Like that that's like masculinity that I find like super cool. Like it can go too far and become patronizing.
Yes.
Definitely. But like looking out for your sister and saying like, no, go away, you know? Like recognizing that the system's kind of stacked against people. Like people are more likely to believe like a white dude in medical situations and being like the support white dude so that they believe you about your pain. It's great, you know? This was a very insightful conversation. I'm glad I came in to listen. Oh, thank you. Save the men. I'm being saved. This is me being trans mask. Yes, we're going to save you too. Trans men, of course, count. We're going to save trans men too. Okay? Because toxic masculinity, no joke, is really damaging to men. And we need to recognize that they're being hurt by it very much too. We're all being hurt by it. We're going to save them. We're going to save masculinity from the trenches, you know? Yeah. What about comics? Comics too. We're going to do comics while we do this.
Yes. Yeah. I saw this really interesting hot take about damsel in distress, that trope.
Yes.
Where someone was saying that they heard a hot take about it that was like they thought it was really nice for someone to be valued without necessarily like having like ability, I guess. Like to be loved despite not being able to do anything.
I mean, that's interesting.
I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do any trope good and you can do any trope dirty.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Comics of beating toxic masculinity. First stream I'm actually here for. Hello. Hello and welcome.
Hold on, I need to get a new glass of water because my glass was soapy and I just got a big mouthful of soap water.
Oh, delicious. Yum, yum. Hello, Ace Pancakes. Yes. Because you know what? Like, man, I just want to be like sweet and lovely, okay? Delicious soap. Eat the soap. Ursula cleaning her mouth. Exactly. Gotta protect in these times. These trying times, you gotta rinse out with soap. Yeah. I got really macho in order to obtain testosterone. You gotta like play up the dysphoria. You're like, oh man, I'm so masculine, so trapped in this female form. And then the doctors are like, ah, yes, I believe you. And you get the tea. And then you run off and you wear dresses. See, I don't wear dresses because that's scary. You know? I don't have that power. Nice viewer count. Hell yeah.
I'm back. With not soap water. With clear water.
Should talk more about toxic femininity. I mean, it's not as big of an issue. Like, there's definitely like toxicity that comes with things. Not to downplay it at all.
There's definitely
Not to downplay it at all, but I'm pretty sure like toxic masculinity is like at the root of both like toxic masculinity is like, I guess like gender roles, like there's toxic femininity, the idea that women are like better at being caretakers and therefore should get the children in like custody situations. I guess that's like the closest, but even that comes with toxic masculinity, because the idea is that masculinity, like the idea that we have of masculinity is that it is dangerous for like men to be around children.
Yeah.
It's just like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like
Really ridiculous.
very ridiculous. Yeah, it comes down to just like really strict gender roles are bad.
Yeah.
And hurt people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Like I've never, I don't know. I'd have to learn more about it, but I don't think.
Emotional manipulation. Especially being prepared as frail and helpless. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe it's like hot take. Maybe my inability to accept females as toxic is in itself some toxic mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the idea that like women are weak and they can't like hurt anyone. But again, that comes back to toxic masculinity. You know, I guess they're kind of like, if we're gonna like say one talk, I don't know. I'm not smart enough for that. I just know that toxic masculinity is more like an academic kind of term.
Yeah, or I've never heard a case for toxic femininity that wasn't someone trying to tell me that toxic masculinity isn't real.
I guess so, yeah.
That like
they're intertwined.
Yeah.
Yeah, cuz like I think the idea is that men can't be feminine, right? Is the whole crux of toxic masculinity. I don't know, man. I don't know. Gender is toxic. That's true. I mean, there's still people that think femininity means, oh, I love shopping and makeup and stuff, and I don't pay attention to that. How are you streaming from iPad? We use Reflector.
Yeah.
The app. They complement each other. I don't know. I think the issue with toxic femininity is that it's historically women have been blamed for a bunch of stuff. It's just not their fault. Yeah, I think there's just like a history to it too. I think whenever you brush up on toxic femininity, you start getting into heteronormativity. Two sides of the same coin. Yeah. I feel like if you think toxic femininity is a thing, you should just accept that toxic masculinity is a thing and just move on, because we're all talking about the same thing.
Oh, totally.
And we're not saying that all men suck.
Yeah. Because, yeah, there's definitely ideas about femininity that are really damaging, as we've been saying.
But we're getting liberation, which is like good.
Yeah, true.
You know, the idea, and there's some people that still hold those beliefs, and they're definitely wrapped into like heteronormativity. I just don't feel like men have been like freed of masculinity in the same way that women have.
That's true.
Because like in a way that it can hurt men too is like when men are abused, like I think my problem with labeling it as toxic femininity is like when men have been abused, toxic masculinity is like the part where we're all like, oh, that's not real abuse. Like, suck it up. You probably liked it. I mean, I guess that, yeah. You know, because that's like toxic masculinity. It's not the feminine part that's toxic-y. Right?
Yeah.
I get dysphoric when I'm overly feminine IRL, but I feel free to be feminine as I want in Animal Crossing, which is fun.
Aw.
Animal Crossing is fun.
That's lovely.
how fragile his masculinity was. Oh my god. Toxic, wait, not toxic. You know what? Fragile, heteronormativity be so fragile whenever they sing a gay song and they feel the need to like change the pronoun so it's not gay when they sing it.
Oh my god, yes.
It's cool.
It's like, okay.
Yeah. Normally, toxic femininity roots from thinking that being feminine makes you not female. Just read it in toxic masculinity. Whoa. It's just all the way down. It's like too smart for us.
Heck.
It's just too real. Femininity is powerful because something only has to be a little feminine to be considered girly. Yeah. Masculinity be so fragile. We gotta crack that open. And free the men from this fragile void that hurts them and others. Being feminine in games feels good, to be honest, because the universe is not programmed to bother you in regards to the way you present yourself. That's true. That is hella valid. Totally would wear a skirt in Animal Crossing, not IRL.
Heck.
Free men from the man egg. Crack that shell.
Oh, I was just thinking about like heteronormativity and the song thing. You know that song Jesse's Girl?
Yeah.
It's like, wish that I had Jesse's girl.
Yes.
I find when it's sung by men, I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
You're gross. Like, not giving this girl agency and pining after your friend's partner. That's icky. But I heard a lesbian cover by like a lesbian singer, and I was
Really?
like, no, that's sad. So you just get the gay longing.
Gay longing is valid, but
Yeah.
also not valid sometimes.
So true.
The boy characters rarely have cute pink wear. Yeah, I always play a girl in games because guys have nothing to wear.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my whole delete all men came from, was just like, I delete men in The Sims because they're so boring.
Yeah.
Because masculinity is so boring and I want it to be fun and exciting. It's all masculinity be like, get a job that has 6 figures, work until want to die, say hi to wife,
Eat hot
unloving relationship, never express feelings,
chip. Eat hot chip and never cry.
eat hot chip, never cry, break the man egg. Possibly unpopular opinion, but I love being traditionally masculine men. Maybe that's just me. I think traditional masculinity, we need to save it, right? I think it's really cool to be masculine. I think chivalry is pretty rad.
Yeah.
I think caring about people, being like a protector, but you need to get rid of things like denying women agency. You can be a protector and give people agency.
Totally.
You know, like when you stand up for your friend all powerful and stuff, that's really cool. I think there are plenty of really nice things about masculinity. Things we need to care about are consent. You know, boys will be boys, not cool. That is very anti-consent, you know, baking that into the pie. You know, masculinity is like, right now, masculinity is a cake, but we've used turds for the chocolate chips, and we need to not do that, okay? It's just, we need to get that out of there, okay? I feel like a lot of femininity is pretty cool, right? I think a lot of it is pretty neat. I think there's some bad things about it, but most of them are just brought out by toxic people. I think there's a lot of toxicity, like, kind of inherently baked into masculinity with concepts such as, like, boys will be boys and you must be the provider, you know?
Yeah.
Ew. I'm a girl, and as a kid, my friends bullied me for playing as a boy in an RPG. Well, that's really mean of them. I'm sorry they did that. Or something that isn't. As long as you don't make it the norm. I also think it's really cool if you wanted to be the house spouse as a lady and, like, that's your life. You want to inherit those roles, but it has to be your choice. And right now, I feel like men don't have a lot of choice.
That's true.
And then we can blame capitalism, you know? We can bring that in there. You know?
Hell yeah.
You have to be the provider? Heck that. Bones is not allowed to cook. I cook all the time. Roles are the core of the toxic masculinity takes advantage of role of the woman, and toxic femininity takes advantage of the role of the man.
Gender is a competition for advantage.
It's toxic. I guess so. It's just women are a lot more freed up, man. Capitalism is a true enemy. There we go. We can all bond together.
Hell yeah.
Heck, capitalism.
We all suffer. We all suffer under capitalism.
Mm-hmm. I want to be able to be a Pride and Prejudice type of gentleman. Yeah, you know, Darcy's pretty cool.
It's true.
He's got some problems.
Yeah. He's kind of a jerk. But you know what? I do love.
We gotta be proud of him for standing up about that Wickham stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Wickham is a chud. Like, Wickham sucks.
Oh yeah.
Wickham is what we hate. Like that, like suave, smarmy, gross. What? Wickham's the one that her sister goes with.
Oh, okay.
And then Darcy's like, Wickham sucks. And she's like, you're right. And they have to save the sister from marrying Wickham.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I was like, wait.
When dads are cool and love their children, that's so hot.
Love a good dad.
Being paternal and like caring for your child and like bonding with them, that's so cool. Like, that's totally the masculinity I want, you know?
See, that's lovely masculinity, because it's not like you.
Oh my god, the dad who like taught his daughter about periods because like
Right.
the mom had like run out on their life. Like, yeah, you know, toxic
Yes.
masculinity is like when the boyfriend's like, I can't buy tampons, that will make me gay. It's like, that's the least gay thing you can do is buying tampons for someone. Like, that is like peak masculinity. Okay, like Gaston. Wait, yeah, Gaston. Yeah, that's toxic masculinity, real
Mhm.
hard in there.
Yeah. But like, dad masculinity is so lovely because it's like you get to be nurturing, you get like the good protectiveness. It's just good.
Toxic masculinity be like, fellas, is it gay to have interests and emotions? Literally. And I think like exploring masculinity and being able to like go down the toxic routes for a bit really made me understand it a lot more and made me understand like why it sucks a lot more.
Mm.
It was a journey for me. Like, I didn't come out of the womb hating masculinity, like toxic masculinity, obviously. Like, I think there's cool aspects. I think it's cool.
The videos where dads does his daughter's hair, yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Fellas, is it gay to like your wife? Yes.
Yes, it's like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Where it's just like, dude, you don't have to be so insecure. Like, that's the thing, is like masculinity is so fragile. And like some of like the prerequisites for like the current paradigm of it is like infantilize women,
Yeah.
you know? Don't be gay. Like, chill, okay? It's okay. You know? Ain't nothing more masculine than a man kissing his husband.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like Jojo defines toxic masculinity, and my family thinks I'm gay for liking it. I don't know. I haven't watched Jojo. Is it gay to give your love the smooches? I don't know. Are you guys gay? That would probably be the answer. Is it gay to like your wife? It's like all those boomer memes. Like, the further we move from that, like, the better. But I do get, like, concerned a little bit, right? Like, we don't want to throw out, like, all of masculinity, because there's some people who like it. You just got to, like, redefine it.
You're not a real man if you don't hate your wife.
Reminds me of the clip,
It's the boomer memes.
Simpsons, where they bullies call Nelson gay for kissing a girl. Yes!
Yes.
We've progressed past the need for boomer memes as a society. Oh, please. Guys think it's gay to have basic hygiene. Some guys, okay. Yeah, some guys think it's gay. Yeah, hygiene, total toxic masculinity is thinking like, oh man, if I use Like, I heard a conversation from a guy that was like, is it gay if I use, like, strawberry body wash? Like, I like the smell. I'm like, you can smell like a strawberry if you want, okay? Like, and what sucks is that there's probably people that are like, yeah, that's pretty gay. It's like, no, like,
No.
stop, okay? Like, heterosexuality, like, that's heteronormativity, and, like, overlaps, you know, with toxic masculinity. It's like, you can like things.
Right.
It's okay to. There's nothing inherently woman about a strawberry.
Right.
Strawberries equal homosexual.
Himboism is the right type of masculinity.
I don't know. There can be bad himbos.
Yeah.
Right. I like. I'm like not a himbo.
You?
No.
No.
What is it? What was it? Because there's the girl himbo. Okay, there's multiple layers for this. Because I know bimbo is the natural one. The natural.
The natural.
Sorry, what did I meant by not natural? The first one
original.
is bimbo. The original, that's the word. Bimbo, it's like a super feminine female who's kind of ditzy. Himbo, super ripped guy, ditzy.
Yeah.
Okay? Shimbo is a buff girl who is like a himbo, you know?
I love Shimbo.
Yeah, where
Shimbo
she's like ripped.
blessed.
Like you wouldn't call her a bimbo, she's a shimbo.
No,
and bimboy,
there's
bimboy
more?
is a bimbo but a boy, more like feminine.
More okay.
Yeah, feminine dumb.
Right.
A thembo. Yeah, we can have thembos too.
Oh my
This is
God.
a thembo. I'm not a them, okay? Listen, I'm a he, him. Just because I'm NB don't mean I jive with the them. Like, okay, listen, I have spent so much money and so many hours of my life trying to get he, him, you know? Like, I fought for this. It's my prize, okay? Have it, like, mounted. He, him.
He, him.
Yeah.
We'll get you a plaque.
Taxidermied to my...
Taxidermy.
Taxidermy. I hunted it down. I obtained him. I'm also a bimboy. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All these layers. Exactly. We just need to expand things.
Yes.
I only consider man himbos if they drink their respect women juice. Okay. It's fine.
Isn't that supposed to be part of the himbo trope?
Okay,
Is that
realize.
they're like it's sweet. It's like a sweet, dumb, big guy.
Okay, so they
Yeah.
drink the respect women juice?
Yeah, generally.
So they're like the brother who totally wouldn't like let the boyfriend stay over with the passed out drunk girl.
Totally.
He'd be like, whoa, that's not cool.
Exactly. And he'd
Well,
use
she's
his muscles to protect her.
Like even cuddling someone drunk. No.
No.
If you've never cuddled before at all, like they'd never had any sort of like intimacy at that point. It's like, no. And even if like, I don't know, if you're just like, your friend's unconscious and you're uncomfortable about a situation, protect them. Because you can deny someone agency if you're protecting them and they have no agency at the moment because they're passed out. Okay? When you're passed out, you don't really have any agency. That's why you don't get to decide whether or not the plug gets pulled. Because you don't have agency because you're unconscious. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't pull the plug on conscious people who know what's going on. We don't do that.
No.
But when they're unconscious and they can't really, you can't make decisions when you're passed out.
Yeah.
So it's best to err on the side of the cautious decision. Kronk is the himbo. Okay. I was thinking like the guy from the Ghostbusters remake.
Oh.
Is he a himbo?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would consider him a himbo. The assistant guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put a chart on Discord. Kronk is the himbo king. Kronk is sweet. Oh, very good.
I always think of is it Gallo from Promare?
Oh yeah.
He's like my iconic himbo.
Oh yeah, he's a total himbo.
He's sweet, he big, he's not very smart.
I should really be plotting. He also do be a himbo. Himbo. Go plot ace. Launchpad McQuack is a good candidate. Fiona Shimbo? Yes. 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 100%. Beefy girl. Fights.
Hell yes.
I don't know if she's Shimbo, actually.
That's true, because
she's
not,
very smart.
She's very smart.
Like, Shimbos tend to be, like, kind of, like... They're stupid. Like, they're the muscle. They're like the butch muscle.
I'm trying to think of an example.
I guess they don't have to be butch entirely.
True. They don't necessarily have to be butch.
They're rare. They're rare.
Very rare.
Because women aren't allowed to have, like, anything outside of. Maybe that's toxic femininity. You know? If we're talking, like, you can't even be masked on screen.
True.
Heck that. Okay? Girls can be ripped. Oh! Wait, no. Okay. Well, she's kind of Abby. Abby's a bit of a Shimbo.
A little bit. Because she's kind of dumb with her, like, murder quest. True.
Like, there's constant times where I'm like, Abby, stop.
She does get nicer, too. She becomes, like, a sweetie.
Yeah. Well, I think the Shimbo is a bit, like, more, like...
Okay.
Grumpy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got a bit of toxic... Oh, you know, Abby is just about toxic masculinity.
Oh,
like,
totally.
That whole arc.
That whole thing.
Yeah, Last of Us is just about toxic masculinity. It's just girls having toxic masculinity, like, embodying it.
Yes.
Gonna go on a murder quest instead of dealing with my feelings.
Yeah. Instead of handling my trauma.
Yeah. I'm a grump, I feel it. If you're a girl, you can't be dumb. I'm trying to think if I have any.
That is true. Like, I understand it was a response to, like, having, like, dumb, you know, because there used to be the stereotype that women aren't smart. I guess it's still around, but, like, so
it
then...
used to be.
Well, it used to be, like, in all media, like, women were, like, dumb or hysterical or damsels in distress. So then, like, the new trend
Cora.
has been, like, women,
Oh, yeah.
women must be
Yeah,
strong
Cora,
and smart.
Cora.
Yeah.
Cora's Shimbo.
Yes.
Yes. She's dumb. Like, they've got, like, that beef brain. Like, that's the only way to describe it is, like, they muscle first before they brain.
Yes.
Like, I think some of them are much more muscle first.
Yes.
Than others. But it's, like, Shimbo is, like, low intelligence but high wisdom, charisma, and they're, like, they think with their muscles first. They're like, how do I punch my way through this situation?
Yes.
They've got, like, big barbarian energy.
Yeah.
Like, lady barbarians. Not the one that, like... Okay, sorry. I don't know how to phrase this. But not the type of person who's, like, a cishet guy who's, like, draws those comics about, like, barbarians, but they don't have muscles. You know? Like, that toxic masculinity idea, you know? Where the female barbarian has no muscles whatsoever because girls can't have muscles.
Right.
And now we're going to harass Abby's actor.
Yep.
Because girls can't have muscles.
Girls can't be muscled.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Would Papyrus be a himbo? You're right. He is.
He's a candidate.
He's. It's true. He doesn't have muscles because he has a skeleton.
He doesn't have skin either. So.
She-Ra, Princess of Power. Yeah, that's some big Shimbo energy.
Yes. A tiny, fully shaved lady barbarian. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like the only ladies who get to be, like, masculine in, like, the fantasy race type thing would be, like, dwarves. Like, dwarf women get to have body hair and muscles.
That's true. They're rarer.
They're rare, though. Yeah. When do we ever see, like,
orc
a lady
women
dwarf?
look nothing like orcs.
Right.
Oh, I know who gets to be, like, ultimate expression of femininity.
Who?
But not have to be dainty and small. Spiders. Female spiders get to be...
You're right. They're big.
Spiders are always girls, and they're always monstrous.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes they'll be, like, half human spider, and she's sexy. But, like, for the most part, like, spiders get to be girls. Like, Shelob is, like, peak, you know?
We love Shelob.
We stand Shelob. Big Mama Spider rights. Exactly. Female dwarves can have beards, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
But you know, my problem with it is that female dwarves are played as a joke.
That's true.
Dwarves in general get played as a joke in some things. Like, and I love it when it's sincere, where female dwarves have beards and it's valid and cool, but like it's usually just like dropped in as a joke. Yeah,
That's true.
you know.
Yep. Totally.
Yeah.
It's like, haha.
You hate it when strong girls are just really toned skinny people. These cowards just don't know how to draw women who aren't sexual appeal. But the thing is, all sorts can be pretty. Also, okay, side note, guys can also be pretty, okay? Guys can be all sorts of pretty. All body types are beautiful. I understand why there is a lot more body positivity on like the women's side of things, because there's a lot of negativity. And yeah, like something statistically, men don't deal with those issues as much, but they still do, and they're still valid. And you're beautiful, okay? You're a beautiful boy. You don't have to be ripped and have muscles, okay?
Fat boys are beautiful.
Also,
Skinny boys are beautiful.
Most boys and most girls, we're just soft. We're just soft little meatloafs. Okay, we're all just soft little meatloafs, and we're all valid. Okay, just man, looking at real life naked people, you like whenever you like for like art reference, I'm like, oh man, people look different, and that's okay. It's just weird like looking at people because I'm like asexual, so I don't see any naked people. But then when you start drawing, you're like, oh wow, everyone's beautiful. The human body is lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your body is lovely.
Exactly.
Screw you. Screw that voice in your head that says you're not lovely, because you are. Dragons can be masculine or feminine. That's true. Dragons are pretty good. It is funny that there's kind of like a gender stereotype with dragons, though, because like female dragons sometimes are like the more like slender ones.
Yes.
Like even then, it like kind of sneaks in. It's like, how do I make this one if you're more female? I always think of Jenny Nicholson. I hear Aragog. Is Aragog a girl? Aragog's a boy.
Aragog's a boy.
That's stupid.
Right.
Okay, first of all, female spiders, they are bigger.
Yes.
They live longer.
Yes.
Spider rights. Protect the male spiders. Why don't they live as long? Naked people are beautiful when I'm drawing them, but if I see them, I'm like, ew. Yeah, that's true. I mean, being surprised by a naked person is
that is the worst.
Pigs in human clothing. When they make female animals pink, so you know they're the female, and it's only one. There's only one.
There's one.
The one female. Don't male spiders get bored? We've talked about this. Not
at length.
Very few male spiders get bored.
Yes.
I need a strong woman, please. Mainstream media, make me them stronger. I love back muscles, Hollywood. Imagine a female spider bigger than Aragog.
She exists.
She would be.
She's out there.
Oh my god! There was a squirrel wild in. It got stuck in our basket and was running in circles, trying to figure out how to get out. That's why it's swaying right now.
Heck!
It's like, what's going on? What's going on?
Oh god! Oh god!
Back muscles. Kill toxic spider masculinity? No. Okay. In spider society, it is 100% toxic femininity. There is entirely a huge oppressive reign of the female spider, okay?
They're in charge of everything.
In the insect world, it's 100% toxic femininity, and we need to deal with that, okay? There's historical oppression of the male. Yeah.
So we're just thinking about like bees and like hive mind insects, and it's like, why are there no kings?
Yeah, in bee society, it'd be like
a queen, and never a king.
Yeah, exactly. The men are just like do nothings. Okay. I mean, in bee society, I'm gonna say that like the men are not oppressed in the same way. Like, I feel like men don't get to like do anything in the bee colony. They just kind of chill around, and they're like royal, and they're like, yeah, I have wings, I'm cute. That's all they do. Whereas like the women are like breaking their backs, like doing all of the work. But in spider society, like men have to like do all these like adventures and do these dances and stuff, and the woman doesn't like it, she eats him. Like, I'm gonna say that there's like a very like toxic femininity to all of this.
Hell yeah.
In bee society, men are not oppressed. Dude, is this the modern remake of the Bee movie? Heading off, have a wonderful day and stay safe. Thank you. Bee men are simps and praying mantises. Men just straight up eaten. Exactly. There's just so much voring in insect society, and it's incredibly biased towards the male. Okay, so I'm just saying. Okay, like lions are weak. I've been lied to my whole life. Oh my god, male lions are super weak. Male lions are babies.
The ladies, oh my god, that's toxic femininity. Where she's like, they apparently like harass the boys whenever they want to mate.
Okay, here's what happens in lion society. In lion society, when the multiple females in, because like a pride is made up of women who do all of the work, and then they have this like sad sack lion boy who has a big mane and he pretty. Okay, he's a total himbo.
Oh my god, himbo.
Male lions are 100% himbos. They don't do anything. They just laze about and play with the kids. You know. Okay.
Aw,
Yeah, they stay with the kids. They're lovely. Okay. And when the female lion is in heat, she'll like want to have sex with him 10 to 20 times a day.
That's too much.
And when he doesn't want it anymore, they'll chase him around like biting his balls.
That's awful. Where is the consent?
Male lions are only for showing off. I thought guy bees died after sex. Yeah, that's true. That's all they live for. I think male lions just keep the female lions from killing each other because they are so strong. These female lions, what?
Wasn't there like, is it baboons? There's like a kind of baboon where,
Oh, are you talking about the toxic masculinity of baboons?
yeah.
Yeah, okay, so
okay.
I know the story.
Okay,
there was like a tribe of baboons, and what happened was all of the males got sick and died. Like most of the males got sick and died. And there used to be like a culture, because like different animals have cultures, which is actually really interesting. Completely separate point. But the male baboons all died, and then like this society restarted as a more like matriarchal society, and it was a lot better.
Yeah, because wasn't it like they'd all like, they'd get the food first?
Yeah.
And they all ate from this like, I don't know,
they just had a really
thing.
shitty leader. You know, there was like this setup where the men would be like in charge, and they'd just be angry baboons. You know.
So now the lady baboons will chase off like really aggressive males.
Yeah, they don't want that. They're
No.
keeping that out of their societies.
Yeah, which is really interesting.
There is a culture of I think it's baboons that keep dogs as pets.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo.
So they live in areas where there's feral dogs.
Right.
And what they'll do is very traumatic. I've watched it happen.
Oh god.
But they'll find dogs with like litters of puppies, and they'll like take a puppy.
Ah.
Yeah. And it was very traumatic to see it, but then the dog like grows up with them and is like helps them, which is really interesting. It was just like talking about different like societies among like apes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't there one? I think we watched the same thing because I vaguely remember this.
Yeah.
I think it was all part of one like show.
It's like there's like they're not different species, but there's some like macaques like who live in Japan who like are the chillest dudes because they have like a hot springs based culture, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they just be bathing all day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it was interesting. They were talking about how like
most animals don't have a concept of consent.
Well, they were talking about how these monkeys would like pass down, like tools and sounds to each other. Like they'd just clack rocks together. Like it didn't do anything. It was just they liked the noise and they'd teach their kids it. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, like different cultures of like monkeys will they have just different cultural things. Yeah, they take puppies. Strong social for baboons and humans. Yay, a puppy. Like it's helpful because the dog scares things off, you know? Like the dog can sense different things and will help them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just good to have a dog. Like I take this now. And dogs aren't because unlike with wolves, dogs are not pack animals. They like I've read lots of studies on dogs. They're they're fine being solitary, which makes sense because dogs wouldn't be that great if you needed to have at least like 3 of them to be happy. Like like dogs tend to be very human oriented. Like studies have shown that dogs are more comforted by having their human friend with them than another dog friend they know equally as well. Like it reduces stress levels to be with a human.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
that's
very
so
interesting.
sweet.
Puppies be like humans are the best, and like they have really good abilities to like recognize like human faces
Mm-hmm.
and gestures and stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Clack rocks together. It has no purpose. They just like the sound. Literally just a quote about me, not gonna lie.
Hey, man. That's art. It has no purpose. We just like it.
My
That's
gorilla
false.
and
Art
Coco
has
knew sign
purposes, but
language and had a kitten. Yeah, yeah. Coco's a gorilla. Coco's a difficult situation because a lot of the research like isn't really real with her
oh,
because
really?
because the researcher was really invested in it, and like as soon as like someone's like super invested into like the animals, like you misinterpret things and add extra meaning to stuff.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Ursula drawing art has no purpose.
Yeah. I mean,
No real like tangible purpose. It does.
does.
Yeah.
It
It's hard to explain.
it is.
Humans really be ape that make bad life choices. Or don't need a purpose, which is nice. I would argue that art has to have a purpose, and art without purpose isn't actually art.
Fair. I mean, like if we're looking at like this, well, okay.
It
I
has
was
to have an
gonna say
intent.
that
I don't think when robots make art, they're actually making art.
sorry.
But okay, like you know those robots that are like that will like make episodes of shows and things. I
Yeah.
don't think the robot is making any sort of writing or art, but I think the creation of the robot is like art.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It needs to have intention.
Yeah.
Like
That's what makes it art.
that's like step 1 of the whole like learning art thing. It's like what is art? Art is an intention.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't have a survival purpose.
Yeah, but it does because art can be used to teach other humans how to do things that will help you survive.
You know, humans are like the only animals. Humans and parrots are like the only animals that dance.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Like dance to like rhythms. Like we'll understand rhythms.
Huh.
And like nod along on beat to them.
Huh.
I think also Asian elephants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's neat.
It's weird. They think with humans it might be part of conversation. Like rhythm might have formed from conversation.
Oh, okay.
I think in like storytelling, because dance is such a large part of storytelling,
Yeah.
and rhythm is very in line with like heartbeats too. It's weird. Dance is really interesting. Peacock spiders dance, but it's for mating purposes. Yeah, there's like lots of dances, but I mean to like a rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's lots of like moving your body in like mating dances and stuff, but like actually like parrots, humans, and Asian elephants, I believe, are the only ones who will hear a song and start nodding along to the beat.
Huh.
Thoughts on elephants making paintings? It's cool, I guess, if they're trained to do so ethically. I guess it'd be art. But I don't think the elephant itself is making art because I don't think they really have intentions or expressions. Right?
Yeah.
I think the art would have been the the people involved in making the elephant be able to do so. Right?
Yeah.
Like maybe an elephant can make art. You know what? I don't know. Like Neanderthals made art.
It's true.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too human centric here.
Yeah.
I know elephants that draw trees and stuff are just trained to do that, but when they like splash canvas like with color and stuff like of their own volition, like maybe that's art. I mean, there is the case for that monkey that took a selfie, right? That was a whole thing where the right does not belong to the photographer; it belongs to the monkey because the monkey was the one who took the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't believe Bones showing his toxic humanity. I know. Reminds me of the video of the cockatoo really nodding hard to Elvis and embarrassing the other cockatoo.
Aww.
Yeah. Well, there was like a study done on cockatoos that like showed that like they are definitely nodding to the rhythm. Like it's too in sync to not be in rhythm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dogs recognize us as a different species but love us anyway, but cats see us as dumb huge kittens. So cats meow at us and bring us dead animals. Yeah. Well, cats also meow at us because they're like most cats who grow up with other cats learn to stop meowing, whereas cats that are with humans, like it never stops being advantageous to meow, so they keep at it.
Yep.
Can monkeys sign contracts? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, the fact that like we still like do like animal testing on monkeys is, I'm gonna assume they have no rights.
Yeah.
I mean, like they have like animal rights, but what are those? Highly dependent on the individual cats. I don't know. I know I've heard like the study that ND is referencing. Dogs will learn from humans and other dogs. There was like a study where dogs that watching a human open a door are more likely to try and like use their little paws to open it.
That's so cute.
Because they see how the human does it and they'll use their paw. But if they're taught another way, they'll do that. They'll be like, I'll use my paw.
I will be just.
I love like dog problem solving type things. Like I love them. Bunnies are so dumb. Bunnies are as dumb as dogs, but as snooty as cats. Dogs are smart. The more playful a dog is, the smarter it is. A lot of people like mistake like hyper dogs for being dumb, but no, they just they have doggy ADHD basically. Hi.
Hey.
Ursula.
Sorry. I'm like focused on like how does this hand work?
Oh.
So yeah, animals are cool.
The animals are cool. We're back on animals.
Yeah, as usual.
We moved from social justice to animals.
Hell yeah, our two modes.
Exactly. Sorry, I'm just trying to find Canine Corner.
Oh, okay.
Can dogs learn obedience commands from watching other dogs? Oh yeah, dogs can learn the names of objects from watching you talk to other humans, right? Like dogs are super duper smart in that regard. Like they did like a test where they trained one dog to grab a ball by just like showing the dog the ball, being like ball, giving treats. And then they trained another dog by having two humans talking to each other and being like, "This is our ball," and then giving it to each other and being like, "Oh, ball conversation." Like ball would come up, and both dogs were able to retrieve the ball when asked. Because the dog who had watched the humans talking about the ball, they were like, "Go get the ball." They went over to the ball in the same way that the other one had been like trained.
Huh.
So they can learn from context, which is very strong.
'Cause, like,
yeah, everyone knows that. Dogs know what their leash is. They know what walks are.
Mm-hmm.
Our dogs don't know what walks are because we don't use the word walk anymore.
Yeah. We've had to switch to jaunt or adventure.
Stroll. Adventure. WALK.
For a while, as soon as you say, "Oh, Matica perked up at WALK."
Oh, she knows.
She knows.
We have to go back to saying walk.
Yeah.
Hey, Matica.
Man, I wish I was as smart as those dogs.
The subject of the study were 50 Labradors who lived at a home with their owners. Lived at home with their owners all. One interesting aspect of the study is that none of the dogs' owners were professional handlers. So the question is going to be whether an untrained dog can learn new obedience commands after seeing it demonstrated when being handled by a relatively untrained, naive dog trainer. Okay. So it's a bunch of dumb, stupid, normie dogs. They're all Labradors.
Dumb, stupid, normie dogs.
Dogs can be trained to perform one or two different tasks. One was to jump on a rectangular trunk on command. The other was to hop onto a child's toy slide. The first part of the experiment involved a pre-test to see whether or not the dogs could already perform the task. The owners were then asked to induce the dog to perform the task assigned to them using whatever methods they found would work, including using a food lure. Come on, let's get to the good stuff. I want the answers here. Those dogs who managed to perform the task within 15 seconds were excluded from further testing, so that only dogs who had demonstrated that they were not performing the task would go on to the training stage. Okay, so they sussed out all the dogs who were too smart to already do the task on their own, and they picked all the stupid ones who were like, I don't understand. Well, I don't understand. What's going on? Okay, so it's a bunch of Labradors that are like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, we're going to see if they can learn from each other.
Okay.
In the experiment stage of the study, after making sure that the observer dogs were paying attention, the task was then demonstrated to an experimental group of dogs by another Labrador Retriever who had already learned the commands. Okay, so they're watching a dog do it. Then, after a short interval, the observer dogs and their handlers were given another chance to perform the task. The handlers were asked to use the same technique that they had tried in the pre-test. Okay, their performance was compared to the controlled group, who only got a second chance to perform. Okay, so what happened? Of the dogs who observed the demonstrator dogs, 62 performed the task correctly. Oh, wow. Compared to 23%. Okay. Yeah. So all the dogs who watched other dogs do the trick, more than half of them were able to do it on their second go around.
Huh.
Yeah. See, dogs be paying attention. They know what's going on. Labradors are normie dogs. They are. In conclusion, our results suggest that observational learning could be useful in dog training. Huh. So there you go. I do find it funny when you're trying to like teach your dog to do something, and like sometimes it helps to like do it yourself.
Yes.
Have you ever done that? Where it's like I'll try to get Matica to go into a box, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go into this box, and then she sees and she's like, okay, it's safe, and then she'll like do it after, and I'm like really proud of her. Wow, dogs train other dogs better than people.
Depends on the dog.
Yeah, Fado's stupid. Like, he won't follow you. Like,
No.
he just stares blankly into the void. Matica's like paying attention.
Yeah.
Serena too.
Yeah.
They like pick up things.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, what's happening?
Totally. Like Serena, I feel like we've done like not as much training as we did with Fado, and she like knows more stuff than him.
Yeah. Well, Fado, we took him to school.
I know, we took him to puppy class.
Like, Fado has 2 certificates right in front of Ursula. 2 little doggy diplomas, but he knows frick all. Teaching cats to fetch, lost cause. I don't know. Some cats are really good at fetch.
Some cats love fetch.
Cats are difficult. Like, dogs are just paying attention. They like want to know.
They want to know what's up.
They want to know what's going on.
The problem with smart dogs is they're really stubborn.
Yeah,
They
smart
don't
dogs
wanna
figure
do-
you out.
They don't want to do what you want them to do. See, like Fado, not very smart.
Fado,
you can
just
trick him to do
Fado's
anything.
trickable. Yeah.
You can be like, you can pretend to get a treat and he'll come running over. But like Matica, you have to like put the treat in front of her nose. She's like, I know you don't have one.
Yeah. Madoka knows when you're faking her too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can pretend to pull a treat out of our pocket, and Fado would be like, "Oh my god, they have a treat." And Mac is like, "No, they didn't have a treat in there before. I'm not buying it."
She's sus.
He
Sus
brings
on
his
us.
mouse to you. Oh my god.
Aw.
Yeah, I love cats that can fetch.
Yes.
This is my dog Samson. He is 1.5 years old. Like most dogs, he knows what words mean. Oh, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, thank you.
He knows the words like ball and walk and yes. Huh. But yeah, dogs are smart. They're smart and like really ridiculous. They're smart in really connected to human ways, which is just really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like the domestication of dogs is like really fascinating, and it's really fascinating how much they like care about like humans compared to like their own species. I think that's just like the most shocking thing to me.
Yeah.
Like obviously like feral dogs are going to be different because they've never interacted with humans.
Yeah, totally.
But like dogs compared to like wolves, like when they're feral, they tend to like be more like coyotes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally form packs, but not really solid packs.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs also learn better visually rather than verbally.
Oh.
They like visual commands. I like when you can tell dogs to do things just by looking at them and just like kind of nodding in the right direction.
They're like, oh my god.
They know what that means. They don't know how to follow like what you're looking at, but they learn from context what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Doggies are cute, and I love dogs. Madoka Einstein energy. She's a smart girl.
She is.
She is out of it, though.
She's so sleepy.
She's a lump.
Oh, she looks up. Pulls back down.
Done.
Sleepy.
We made it to 3:00.
Oh,
Yeah. We did 2 hours. You didn't think you could.
I didn't think I could. But here we are.
But here we are. We talked about toxic masculinity. We've decided that we're going to stop with the man hate. We're going to try our best. We're going to be like, oh, man, toxic masculinity sucks, but men are okay. We're moving forward.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm a new follower. I hope to learn from you two in the future.
Aw.
It started at 1 today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ursula wanted to... Ursula didn't want to start earlier, but I figured it would get Ursula through it, and it did.
It's true. I'm very tired. We talked about it at the beginning, but basically, I drove for like 8 hours over 2 days.
10 hours.
10 hours over 2 days, and I'm
Yeah.
sleepy.
We're going to let Ursula take a break.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah.
Next week is the critique circle. If you want to join in that real quick, you got to be a patron. Yeah. And next month is going to be all stream all the time because we're going to prepare for Inktober. Oh, man. You can play around with your watercolor if you want.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got all my watercolor stuff. I have 4 sketchbooks to
Yeah.
mess around in.
Oh, man. Did that make you actually excited to do some art?
Yeah, I was like, oh,
Hell
water-
yeah. I'd love to see you play around with them. It'd be really fun.
hell yeah.
All right. I love you guys. I love Ursula. Goodbye.